Q&A, Q&A, hey, it's Q&A time. Got my shirt, my Vietnam shirt on, swimming trunks, hairy legs, don't care. What's up? Yeah, we're doing a Q&A. Damn, I can't get the song out of my head, man. If you don't know which song I'm talking about, you obviously haven't watched the last video because otherwise it will also be stuck in your head. It's contagious, man. It's a good song though. It's also a good video. Go and watch it before you watch this, come on. Anyway, welcome back to a new video. This time, from the comfort of my own home, we're going to do a little Q&A. It's never been done on the channel before. Mysterious. I thought it was a cool idea to do. I guess it's interesting to know stuff about like travels, if you've never been, or if you just want to, I don't know, if you just want to know stuff. You know, so today's all about your questions that you sent me on Instagram regarding the Asia trip. Yeah, just, I don't know, let's get it on. So first question is by Paul. So basically what he's asking is how I managed with the low hygienic standards during my travels. It's kind of weird that he says that because the standards really weren't that bad. In India, if you were in a proper hostel, the cost anywhere between $8 and $10, you'd have good standards. Like seriously, I think they've really leveled up in comparison to what I've heard, what it was like in the past. And I can say the same for Vietnam and Indonesia. I can't vouch for hotels. All I know is that if you stay in a cheap hotel, it's going to be a lot worse than staying in a hostel that will only cost half or maybe even only a third. So you're always better off with hostels because that's for young people and they'll try to keep the standards as high as possible. Yeah, just to make you feel well. I didn't have bed bugs once, so yeah, I guess that's good. All right, second question. How do you get to know people while solo traveling? It's the weirdest thing actually. You literally go into a hostel and if it's a good hostel, it won't be empty. If you go into an empty hostel, it's not a good sign, man. It's not a good sign. It happened to me only once on the whole trip and that was a bit dodgy. Anyway, so but you get to know people by just, I don't know, you sit down, you have a beer, you have a coffee, and then you know people. It's as simple as that. And I think it's a great practice also for introverts because people are very likely to approach you when you get into a hostel. I mean, I'm a very extroverted person, as you might know, but even if you're an introvert, I don't think I ever met anybody that was completely alone. Even though they were solo traveling, they were never alone. Like you'd always find mates and pals to have a drink with, have some conversation with. Yeah, so that's really cool. It's a really open culture. Like when you're traveling, it's great. Would you solo travel again and why? Hell yeah. Of course I'll solo travel again. Why? It's such a fantastic experience. I don't know. It's I've never experienced anything like it. The openness of everybody that's there and there's just absolutely no boundaries. You know, so like a good example for that would be you'll have a drink with somebody that's your age, but then, I don't know, next day you'll have a drink with somebody like I'm 20 and then the guy that I was drinking with was 36, but we had like great conversation. And you'd never go up to a person that's 16 years older than you, like in real life, so to say, and ask him if he wants to drink with you, you know? So those age boundaries are just somehow non-existent, and I think that's beautiful, and it's great to get so many different opinions on topics from different parts of the world and learn different cultures, and I don't know, it's just so fun. It's super laid back, you can do what you want. That's one of the things about solo traveling, I think, why I'd go solo again. You don't have to respect the wants and the needs of everyone around you. Like if you want to go off somewhere the next day and the other person wants to stay, then, well, I don't know, like I'm the kind of person that would then stay with them, like just to be kind. When you're solo, you don't have to do that. Like you can literally decide on a day, oh, I'm going to stay here, I don't know, 5-6 days longer, and you can just do it. Or you can decide to leave to another country that was not even planned, and you just do it. Like the amount of freedom that you have to make your own decisions, and it's, yeah, that's something that's truly great about solo traveling. Great question, by the way. Amalia asks, who's the coolest person you met on your trip? Gotta be you, right? Oh God, no. No, but seriously, I don't know. The coolest person you met on your trip. I mean, I know it's a joke, but seriously, I don't think I met a person that I didn't like. I enjoyed everybody that I met, like a lot, and I appreciated the people, each for their own reasons, and yeah, I just had the feeling that I met a load of great people. Next question. By Nathan Sheridan. What's up? What's up? Let's go on. All right, Alexandra. Alexandra had some great questions. She unloaded a great amount of questions. So let's just go through them there. They're really cool. Anyway, how much do you plan in advance versus how much do you leave up to spontaneity? That is a fantastic question. So the thing is, at the beginning I thought maybe it's good to plan like 50-50 and do the rest spontaneous. But what I ended up doing was literally I flew into India. I had no plans. I didn't know really where I wanted to go. I had one or two like city names. I didn't know my route. I didn't know, was I going to take a taxi? Was I going to fly? Was I going to go by train or whatever? There's so many possibilities. And I also, each time I entered a city, I also like never looked at what there was there, because you've just got such a ton of time. You know, like, I mean, I planned almost 3 months. So if you have 3 months, you can do whatever the hell you like. If you have a month in every country, you can, I mean, I stayed in Mumbai for 10 days or something, you know, completely disproportionate to how long I stayed in other cities, and that's great. So I'd say leave it up to spontaneity. Plan your first flights and your first hostel that you're staying in, so that you're not hunting for a hostel at night, because that's awful. But the rest, leave it up to spontaneity. How has it changed your life? Damn, that's deep. So I don't, oh my god, what are you doing? Oh, so where were we? Here, how has it changed your life? I don't know. It hasn't changed my life. I think it's given me like a new perspective on what it feels like to be truly free and to truly be able to do what you want to do, as I already mentioned in a point earlier. I think that is something that's just given me a new perspective, and it was just a very new experience, and I got my appreciation for travel. Were your trips very expensive? Ooh, money. Yeah. I think what we have to consider is this was my first trip, so I did make a lot of mistakes, and we can talk about that in another video, like in detail. But like all in all, my trip, 70 days in Asia, basically cost me a grand total of about 4,000 euros, which is a little high because I had to rebook my flights because of the coronavirus and, you know, all that. So that's why it got a little more expensive. You could have also probably done it for about 3.5. Convert that into any currency that you want. But in general, I would advise you that if you plan a budget, you can just go into the internet. You can just search for, I don't know, daily budget backpacking in Vietnam, and you'll get a number, and just like add another $5 on it just for mess ups. Because they will happen, especially the first time. Like you can't expect to go travel and not make any mistakes. And I made a lot of mistakes that cost me a lot of money, but the money was like, it was still enough because I had calculated in just a little bit of a mess up budget. Let's call it a mess up budget. All right, next question. Leon asks, which country would you recommend the most? That's hard. I don't want to pick one. I can't just pick one. I can't say one country's the best. Because I loved each country for its own reasons, you know, like India you love for like the absolute craziness that it is, and the chaos and it's just, India just has its vibe. I don't know if it came across enough in the videos, but India just has this vibe and you just know it's India. And like Vietnam you love for the like absolutely beautiful landscapes. I mean, gobsmacking, absolutely gobsmacking. You can look forward to that. Like the first Vietnam video will be out in 2 weeks. It's phenomenal, like no words left. Your page is dope, keep up the great work. Thank you. It's probably a botted message, but I still appreciate it. Last question. David. I think we might leave it at that. Oh my goodness. Anyway, thank you so much for all the questions that you left. It was amazing to see that. You asked some wonderful questions. I'm super grateful for that. So thank you so much. Thank you also for all the support on YouTube as well as on Instagram. It's just nice. It just makes me happy. It's really nice. And it's also great interacting with you. So thanks for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. And I'll see you back again next week in the Travel Notebook series. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Follow me on Instagram for all behind the scenes and for pictures and stuff of that sort, you know. And otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.